Birds of Prey, max combat rating, augments, OP legs and stats. What's going on, guys? This is your boy No Name Found with another video about Birds of Prey DLC. Like we know, the DLC will be released on the live server starting from 16th of April, so the time it's over already. So in this video, I'm not going to show nothing about the gameplay or the new instances, but we are taking a look about the maximum combat rating that you can get according for which kind of gear you're wearing, the purple one, the regular one, the elite one, everything related with the new adaptive augments and as well the OP legs. Starting from the adaptive augments, guys. Like every other DLC, we have specific augments according for which kind of role we are playing. So starting from the dominating one, that it's recommended for tank, so we have 3% dominance and HP while in Birds of Prey content. This is the first passive. You can unlock this one at level 15, like we know, and then additional passive, like for example loot scanner, is +1 additional gear choice from bosses in Birds of Prey, tier 10 on duty mission to each rank of loot scanner. So that means if you have another one that you have already unlocked this passive, you have 2 additional gear choice when you defeat an NPC, and this is really good. So you can choose. You can have multiple choice on your loot. Then going down, we have a specific kind of passive. So this one, for example, it's Scanner Oracle Encryption Key, gain the following bonuses in Birds of Prey, the Clock Tower. This is a specific one from the raid. It's the Clock Tower one. With the one augments, you can trap drones can be disabled. So when you are playing the raid at one point, when you are reaching the bosses and fighting the heads, at one point you will encounter drones, and those drones you can trap those drones when you have unlocked this passive. And the second one, it's related to the Exoblast attack of Oracle Bot. That is basically the last boss of the Clock Tower. It's Oracle herself. Going down, we have more passive guys that are actually still under development. So with the one augment, you're going to unlock something. With the 2 augments, you're going to unlock something else. But this is not decided yet, so it's under develop. The same stuff happened for the other augments, guys. So 3% might and power in case we are taking a look on the mighty one. Almost the same stuff. It's exactly the same stuff. It changed just the main stats that you are counting. So for tanks, it's dominance and HP. For might DPS, it's might and power. Same happening for the restoring one that affects healers, 3% restoration and power, and as vital, 3% vitalization and power. It's basically the same passive. It changed just the main stats. Talking about the new generator mode, guys, the OP legs as well. We are going to cover mainly both of them here. So I have formed everything related with the generator mod, and starting from the support one, this is the dominance. All the new generator mod are version 37.0. This is, for example, the dominance one that give you 392 dominance. Same happen as restoration, 392 as restoration, 245 as vitalization, 2944 as power. This is really good for controllers, for example. As HP, this is a really good one, especially for rage tank, fire tank. 1963 HP. That's That's a really good. And for DPS rolls, we have might. It's 785 might, and as a precision 490 plus 785 weaponization rating. This is small, let's say it is a small update compared to the generator mod that we have on the live server, guys, but it's always additional stats, and that's a really good. So at one point you are going to farm all of them and install on your generator mod. Talking about the OP legs, you can drop, so the new item as Omnipotence, that was unexpected, guys, definitely. This is the first time that the developers are doing the legs of Omnipotence, and the mechanics to level up this one, it's basically the same as the previous one, as Metal Part 2 Omnipotence belt. It's almost the same. So you can drop this one, guys, and it's available on the vendor as well, or you can just drop it on raids. So I've dropped this one doing the Clock Tower regular raid, elite one. I don't remember, guys, but you can drop this one on the raids. So the mechanics, like I was saying, to level up this one, it's almost the same of the previous OP belt from Metal Part 2. So you have to level up the item rank by rank, and you can use the absorption cells. This is a random drop, guys, that you're going to collect while playing the content. So that means the solos, the alert, raids, so every instance related with the birds of prey. You can drop this one by the weekly missions, so that means the bounty and the 4 mission for each day that at one point you are going to complete and get 8 Lex marks and 8 source marks, but don't worry, guys, I'm going to cover this one as well. When you reach the amount of experience needed for, in this case, for the rank 1, it's 8,000, and then you need the catalyst to rank up your omnipotence Lex. So the same, guys, as the previous episode. So red, green, green, and blue. You can drop those on every instance. So that means a solo, alert, raids, and it's the same mechanics that we have already seen. Basically, when you're going to level up this one, you have to farm the catalyzer, and the catalyzer are used as well to level up the augments, because don't forget that you can upgrade your augments with the catalyst. But this is not a problem, because you will drop a bunch of this one. Talking about these free white items, guys, you have to keep those ones on your inventory, because those allows you to interact with the daily mission when you are doing the daily mission. I have no idea, guys, if you can still interact with the environment on the open world if you don't have those on the inventory, but feel free to correct me, guys, on the comment section below. Let's take a look on the maximum combat rating. This is totally up to you, guys, and it's totally up to which kind of gear you have in your toon. If you own already the Omnipotence neck from Metal Part 1 or the Omnipotence belt coming from Metal Part 2. And I have prepared already a couple of tables, guys, so I can show you the maximum combat rating that you can get. But for now, let's take a look so quickly about the level. The purple one, it's a retribution style. It's the basic version of this one. This is the enhanced retribution. This is a kind of random drop that you can get from all the instances. Pretty sure that you already know what I'm talking about. The purple gear, it's maximum item level 252. So that means, guys, it's always like this. The purple gear of the new DLC, it's always a couple of level less than the regular gear of the previous DLC. Because if we are taking a look on the regular gear of the previous DLC, the item level of the regular one it's 255, and this one it's 252. I'm not going to show you guys the styles of the gear for the simple reason that other channels are covering this one, so pretty sure if you search on the tube the style about the new gears, you can see a full coverage. So this is the purple one, and it's before, it's a tire before the regular one, and it's available on Oracle Supply Bot. Then if you come here on the Daily Planet intern NPC, you have the full access of the augments like we've seen, and the regular gear that it's 265, and that means for everything, entire gear plus weapons. If we want to talk about the elite gear, it's available on the Intergang Fiends or French. Correct me, my English is totally horrible, guys. I apologize. And then, guys, we have always a separated vendor for the elite gear. The combat rating it's 267, sorry. But you know, guys, I'm really terrible. 267, and that means just for the elite gears. Plus, in addition, the catalyst that you need for every stage, every final stage of the Omnipotence leg. It's a 50, 125, 200. We already seen this mechanic, guys, so we already know what we are talking about, right? Absolutely. So let's take a look so quickly, guys, about the maximum combat rating that you can get. And I'm showing you a couple of scenarios as example. Okay, guys. About the maximum combat rating that you can get when the new DLC will drop on the live server. I've already prepared a couple of sheets that show you basically which kind of combat rating you can get using the combat rating calculator provided by the Odyssey League. This is a web tool, and this one it's really good, guys. So starting from the first one, I have just put the 265 everything. I'm not going to include the omnipotence item in this in this case. So everything is 265 as regular gear of the DLC, and the combat rating will be 304. But also I've done other best scenarios. So like, for example, if you include the regular gear, so everything as 265 the regular gear, but just including the new omnipotence item starting from metal part 2, so that means 262. So you want to always keep this one because it's worth, you got more stats, especially as a support role. So including the 262 omnipotence neck, the 272 omnipotence belt, and I have calculated 10 level more as item compared to the previous belt, guys. So at 282 the new OP legs, the combat rating will be 307, and everything else it's 265. This is just the most common scenario, guys. So not everyone of you guys are addicted to farm elite raids, and that's pretty fine. And then the best case scenario, it's with the elite gear that we already know that it's at 267. So 265, just the weapon, the mask, both rings, and utility belt, then everything else at 267, with the difference about the neck, that will be 262, that it's the metal part 1, 272 as the omnipotence belt, and then 282. So I have calculated 10 more level for the omnipotence legs, because usually the new OP items are 10 more level compared to the previous one. So actually, according to this scenario, the maximum combat rating available on the game will be 308. All right. I guess I've covered everything, right, guys? But just in case I have missed something, feel free to let me know on the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm pretty sure that we will see you really soon for the next videos about the raids, the final videos to finish the full coverage of this DLC. Thank you so much once again, guys, and of course, we will see on the next one. Peace out.